Hi, I'm JC and I'm here to help you practice your English. Today we're going to be looking at something that we call irregular noun plurals. And what are irregular noun plurals? These are nouns that do not form the plural in the same way that other nouns do. Example, if I take the noun example marker, if I have marker in the plural, markers, I just add an S. Other words like the word fox or box, we add an ES. Box, boxes, fox, foxes. But the nouns we're going to look at today are maybe a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present each noun to you. I'll give you a few seconds for you to give me what you think the plural form is, and then after that I will give you the correct answer. And I'll ask you to repeat the correct answer after me. Okay, so let's get started. Number 1. Mouse. Mice. Number 2. Ox. Oxen. Number 3. Man. Men. Number 4. Goose. Geese. Number 5. Woman. Women. Number 6. Fungus. Now this one is not easy. There are several answers, believe it or not. You can say fungi, fungi, or funguses. Try that. Fungi, fungi, funguses. Number 7. Die. Did you get this one? Dice. Even English speakers will make this error. They will use the word dice in this thinking it's a singular word, and it's not. The singular is die. Die, dice. Number 8. Child. Children. Number 9. Person. People. Now, in certain legal situations, you will hear the word persons. Persons. And this is typically when you hear the word like missing person, missing persons, persons of interest. If the police are looking for certain people, criminals, persons of interest, or person of interest in the singular. So it all depends on the context. But in general, the plural of person is people. Number 10, leaf. Leaves. Now again, we have an exception here in Canada. We have a hockey team from Toronto called the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's right, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Number 11, knife. Knives. Number 12, wife. Wives. Number 13, calf. Calves. Number 14, life. Lives. Number 15, foot, feet. I hope you all got that one. That is one that you learn when you're a beginner. Number 16, fish. And there are two answers here. You can say fish or fishes. Now, normally fishes, we're talking about the fish when it is alive. And when you buy it at the market and you cook it, you'd say, I bought some fish. We wouldn't use the plural form. So fish is the plural of fish, unless it is alive, and then it's fishes. They caught two fishes. Number 17, deer. Did you get this one? It's the same word, deer. And in my neighborhood here, because I live in the country, we have a lot of deer, mature deer and young deer. They're very beautiful animals, but if you have a garden, you have to have a fence, you have to have protection, and they love to eat anything that seems to be green or look like something delicious. They have big appetites. Number 18, moose. Moose. That's right, it's the same word. Moose in the singular, moose in the plural. And we have moose here in Canada. They are bigger than deer, and they're bigger than caribou or reindeer, and they don't walk very quickly. So you have to be careful if you're in an area where there are moose and you're driving your car. You have to be very, very careful. You hit a moose, you are in trouble. Number 19, spacecraft. And again, it's the same thing, spacecraft. Number 20, bacterium. Bacteria. And the word bacteria, we seem to use a lot more, the plural form of a bacterium. It just seems to be more common. When you're talking about disinfectants or cleansers, people are always talking about it will kill bacteria because there are many of them. Number 21, sheep. And it's the same word, sheep. Number 22, roof. And there are two answers here. You can say roofs, R-O-O-F-S, or roofs. For me, it seems more natural to say roofs than roofs. I think it's a question of what you get used to saying. Number 23, tooth. Teeth. I hope you got that one. That is a word that we learn when we're beginners in the English language. Number 24, lobster. Lobsters. Now the reason I put this word is you will hear people say to lobster, especially in the maritime provinces in Canada. And I looked in many different dictionaries, and most dictionaries put an S on lobster, but there were a few dictionaries that mentioned that lobster could be used as a plural noun also. So you decide what you want to use. Did you eat 2 lobsters or to lobster. Maybe it's like the word fish and fishes. When it's alive, two lobsters. When you eat them, we ate some lobster. Maybe that's the way it goes. English is not always the most easy language, is it? Number 25. Phenomenon. Phenomena. Number 26. Half. Halves. Number 27. Scarf. Scarves. Number 28. Hoof. Hooves. Number 29. Swine. And it's the same word, swine. Do you know what swine are? Swine is a general term for pigs. Number 30. Series. Again, it's the same word, series. One series, two series. Number 31. Research. Research. And I hear some of my students say researches. We did some researches. No, we did some research. Research. Number 32. Homework. And again, it's the same word, homework. And this is another error that students make quite often. If you want to use a plural noun when you're talking about homework, you can say assignments. I finished my assignments. I finished my science assignments, my math assignments. That's fine. Assignment, assignments. But homework is always the same. Homework in the singular, homework in the plural. Number 33. Wolf. Wolves. Number 34. Elf. Elves. And you remember what elves are. We hear about Santa Claus and his elves. Those are those little people that help him make toys for children. Santa's elves. Number 35. Dwarf. Now here there are two answers which are also possible. We can say dwarfs or dwarves. Dwarves, dwarfs. And you may say, well, what is a dwarf? A dwarf is a very small person, usually shorter than 4'10", and these are people that are born with dwarfism. They never get very tall. And there were different series on television about many different dwarves, and they had quite interesting lives and how they raised their children and their work. It was very interesting to see how these people deal with life in a society that is mostly for big people. Well, that's all for today. I hope you did well. These plurals are usually taught at the intermediate level, intermediate 1, because they are different than the regular plurals where you just add an S to a noun. So I'll leave you for today and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.